and you walk by, I hit you with sexy eyes. You look through me as if I wasn't right. Oh no, you didn't just walk on through. It's time.
Well, welcome to build day 23 or 24. I don't know which it is anymore. I've totally lost it on days. And I would say good morning to you, except it's going on noon, so I'd better say good afternoon. Very late start today, very late. Time I can't afford to lose. I was out here last night until 11 o'clock working over in the cesspool room. Got all the LEDs installed and wired. I have one I have to go back and revisit today and fix. And that ain't going to take too long. But I wanted to kind of go over some of the stuff my wife has done out here. I explained a little bit about her tomatoes yesterday. And she's been out here doing little displays like this. Some ceramic pumpkins, and she intertwined a tomato end on them. And then the tombstones all have assorted greenery on them. She even did the old coffin back there. And the ball that the cat guards. But I figured I'd show you this. And she's got pumpkins and other greenery scattered throughout. You know, a little bit more cobwebbing, more greenery there. I tried showing you guys this last night, and I don't know how well it came across, but she did the greenery in here too. You know, and the plants naturally are starting to look old and dejected, and they're starting to brown up and stuff, which is kind of what we want. And we get in here, and I got my mess throughout here. Most of this will be gone by tomorrow, hopefully, depending on how things go in the sewer room. But we get over here, and she's got some greenery in here. A couple of gourds, some pumpkins. Then you come over here to the pirate display, or no, not pirate, but spider display. And she didn't do a whole hell of a lot on greenery in here. It's mainly all cobwebs. And hey, Mark, God's flesh, there's your crock. And she's got a few little gourds and stuff scattered throughout here and stuff. Some more ceramic stuff down there. It's going to need tea lights. She even did the pole here for the leg to help kind of disguise it a little bit, and people will be brushing up against that, so it ought to be an odd feeling. She was out here this morning before I even got up. Very dedicated young lady working on the witch's display. And we got some more corn in there. She did some cobwebbing and stuff. You know, got some of her spices and stuff out here. You know, so she's basically all caught up. Okay, she's caught up to me. Now I get to spend the day. I've got a fog machine. I need to get hooked up to power and hooked into the Scooby-Doo board. I've got 1, 2, 3 big black lights that need to get wired up to power, which is over there. And I also got to hook that up to the Scooby-Doo board. And then, let's see, I got 2 speakers out here somewhere. At least I'm supposed to have 2 speakers out here. What did I do with my speakers? Okay, speakers are right down there. I got to get them placed and get them wired up over to the Scooby-Doo board. Then I have liners to put both in this display and this display. You know, once all the electrical wiring and stuff's ran, I've got to get the liners in. And then I think once I get the liners in, I do have the 2 water blasters I made this year to go in here, and they basically sit underneath the water, and when the board trips them, they shoot a jet of water up in the air. Okay, with the trouble I've been having with the Scooby-Doo boards, I think after I get the liners in, before I actually go and hook the water blasters up and spend all that time running air lines and solenoid lines and what have you, I'm going to sit down, mess with that Scuba Boo board and make sure it works right. And if it works right, then I'll get the water blasters out and put them in. If not, no, I won't have to worry about doing the water blasters, and I'll save some time. So, a lot of work. I'm focusing solely on this room today. I'm not going to work anywhere else in the hunt. I'm working on this room. Now, if I can get my laundry list of stuff I need to do in this room done today, then we'll work on the cornhole. If not, cornhole will be tomorrow. I'm basically in here on all my cross members. I'm going to be putting in some strobe lights. And there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4... let's see here, 5, probably 6 strobe lights in there. Maybe a few more. I might do a couple extras or whatever to give it a kind of a flashy look in there. Blind guys and make them feel claustrophobic. So that's a quickie display to do, really. It don't take long to do that one. The photo hall, getting power ran over there and stuff, won't take too long. It's doing the LED lighting over there. You know, for all the pictures and stuff, that takes, well, like you saw yesterday with yesterday, I was out here, God, right about 7:30, 8 o'clock or so, and, you know, I was out here till 11, you know, just hanging up 12 floodlights, LED floodlights, you know, and it took me till 11 o'clock, so it takes some time. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, put this camera down, and I am going to get busy. The sooner I get started, hopefully the sooner I can get done. Okay, a little bit of an update here. And I got started off with Scuba, I love you. Reason being is I started work over in the cesspool room. Got my LED up there fixed. Got my speakers in. There's one there and one back there in the corner in black, so hopefully they'll blend in a little bit. And all the wires are ran over to here. And I've got that black light, that black light, that black light, the Leering skeleton, and the fogger ran into power, which is also back there. Now, the fogger gets hooked in to the boo board. Okay, I also have 2 water blasters that need to get hooked into that boo board, which go in after I get the liners in. I decided to test that board before I got very much further. So I came out and got a computer power supply, which is what's going to be running that board. It's hooked up to 12 volt. Plugged it into my extension cord so it was working, hooked it up to the boo board, hooked the speakers up to the boo board, Scuba Boo board for short, turned it on. The weird noise I was getting over the speakers over in the torture chamber, I was getting here with this board as well. And I think I might have figured it out. And hopefully it doesn't cause a problem in the future. But on the amplifier board here that I put in, there's a big cap sticking up. It's just kind of overhanging the board here a little bit. The board's overhanging it. I'm wondering if it might be making connection somewhere on the bottom of the Scuba Boo board, and that's causing some feedback, which causes the speakers to pop when the board is not active. I don't know. We'll have to find out, I guess. But other than that, was able to get the board programmed. Relay number 1 is set for the fogger. When the board trips, the fogger turns on, runs for about 6 seconds. Then relay number 2 fires, which will send off a water blaster. And about 2 seconds after that, the second water blaster triggers and fires. The whole time the fogger's running. After the last water blaster trips, I let the fogger run for another 5 seconds, and then it turns off and the board resets. I did not program a delay into it. So I also had the same problem with relay number 4 on this one too. And I finally got it to stop it. I don't know how, but it was firing intermittently too. So I'm not sure what's what with that. But all in all, the board's programmed. It's ready to go. All I've got left to do with it is get the water blasters plugged into it. And I cannot put the water blasters in until I get the liners in, which is my next chore. So I'm getting closer to water. But liners are probably going to take a couple hours to get in, you know, getting them cut to length and fitted to the pond and stapled in and what have you. Once that's done, I'll get the water blasters out here, get them into place, and start running air hoses. So, first time running air hoses. Hey! But anyway, we've made some progress. Now we're on to actually putting the liners in. So, here we go. Okay, peeps. Vlog time continuum going on here. Been at it most of the day. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, and been working over here in the cesspool room, and I had some leftover plastic from doing the ponds, and instead of throwing it out, I figured I'd get the curtains up. I got one curtain in this display and one curtain going out of the display. So in and out have their curtains up. Liners are in. No water yet. So I got the liners in, and it sure does make a difference. And when you come in, you can tell right where the trail is now, you know, with the color difference. I got both my water blasters out here and in place. Next chore is I gotta take that stuff there, which is my air hoses, and start running air hoses. So I'm gonna get going with that. We are making progress. As soon as the water blasters are all plumbed and hooked up and in place, I can bring the hose in, start filling the ponds, and then while the ponds are filling, start putting fence up, and then maybe get things caught up and done in here today, except for the PIR for the scuba board. That is going to be probably Friday before I start messing with PIRs. I can temporarily place them right where they're at and have them trigger things, but I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm at now, getting ready to start the water blasters and stuff. We got to get them all plumbed in, get the solenoids in, get them all wired up to the scuba boo board, and hooked up to the air compressor so we can test them. So here we go, people. Hey, people. Just getting back out here after dinner. Been out here a bit and figured, well, better film something so you guys know what the hell's going on. As you can see, I got LEDs and stuff on. Don't have any of the circuits running yet. Probably should, but working in the cesspool room. Got my air blasters in. Come on, focus. There we go. Put a 25-pound weight on it. I was afraid of the thing floating or when it went off, scooting around the pond. So I put a 25-pound weight over it. And if the thing sits underwater for 2 weeks, it starts getting rusty, I can clean it off later. I got the hose in here, started filling the ponds and stuff. It's going to take a while. Ponds are fairly good size, and to get it 6 inches deep is going to take a little while. But got that going. Get these ponds filled tonight. I'll let them set overnight. Tomorrow morning I'll get out here and we'll check water level. If the ponds haven't gone down or anything, I'll be able to plug in the fountains and get the fountains going. So we got that one filling. We got this one over here, and I know it's dark because I got the light aimed the wrong way. There you go. Same thing there, 25-pound weight. Now, what I need to work on, since I've got the air lines ran, I got the solenoids installed, I need to run power from the solenoids all the way, or power lines from the solenoids all the way over to here, and get them hooked up to the board, hooked up to the power thing and stuff so they run. Okay, I haven't done that yet. That's what I'm just getting ready to do. once that's accomplished, I can start bringing in the fencing and start putting the fencing up. So that's what I'm shooting for anyway. Then tomorrow, whatever little bit I don't get done today, like if I have to fix a liner because it's got a hole in it or something, all I'll have to do in here really, if I don't have any problems, is adjust the fountains and getting the fountains fired up. Then we can start on the cornhole. Cornhole take a couple hours to do, and then we can get working over in the photo gallery, and that'll take a while to do. Hey people, welcome to the end of the day wrap up. The front porch is on a rest break, and I'm deep and lost in the middle of the tent. I have no idea where I'm at, and it's giant spider. Anyway people, I'm just getting ready to call it quits. About 10:30. Time I get done filming this and get my butt in the house, it's probably going to be real close to 11. I wanted to come out here and touch base. That's a little bit more echoey in here now with the walls up and the fences and the water. We got, as I showed you earlier, we got the ponds up and running. You really can't see much, can you? There we go. That's skeleton. And you really can't tell there's water in there either. But believe me, there is water in the ponds. Showed you the scrap plastic we put up for the doorways here. Also got the fencing up. So that is, here we go. This will force them down into single file, hopefully. And then out, I still need to put 2 posts in, one on this end and one on this end to secure these fences. And I will do that in the morning. It's getting too late to be running my chop saw even in the shop, so we'll do that in the morning. Let's see, all my posts that I put in, as well as the outside trim here, needs to be sprayed black. I'll probably drag my air compressor and sprayer out here tomorrow and hook them up and get those sprayed. And let's see, oh yeah, tomorrow morning we get out here. If the ponds are still at the same level, in other words we don't have any leaks, we'll get the fountains going, both the one on the wall there and the one in the pipe over here. And those are probably going to be needing some adjustments, which means I get to take my socks and shoes off in 50-degree weather and go wading in 40-degree water to get to the nozzles to adjust the fountains. Fun, fun, fun. And after that's done, then I could get the dye in the water, and then tomorrow night we'll hook up zone 2, which will have all the big black lights on, and with the dye in the water we'll be able to see what the finished room actually looks like, hopefully. And just thinking, that fountain right there, and I'm blocking the light, that fountain right there, I did not put an adjustment knob on. It just goes from the back of the fountain right into the pump. I can adjust the nozzle at least. I've got it pointed up and out, so it's going to be interesting on that one. Anyway, there's some adjustments I can make on that one, and the nozzle for that fountain is behind the wall. But anyway, just some minor touch-ups, minor adjustments in here tomorrow morning, and this display will be 100% finished, which will be nice. Then we'll be moving into the cornhole. That won't take long, and then we'll be also, after the cornhole's done, we'll move into the photo gallery and get the photo gallery all started. I don't know if we'll get the photo gallery finished. I would like to get it, cornhole and that finished as far as the electrical goes. I'll say Friday for coming out here and doing mishkabibble stuff. I've still got to get the donation pumpkin card. We've got the photo op area to set up. Fresh batteries need to be put in all the battery operated stuff. There's some adjustments on several of the props that need to be made. You know, a little of this, a little of that, you know, type stuff. Going dark. Glad I turned it off. I turned it off and it fell off and almost landed into the pond. Still would have been a shocking experience because it was still plugged in. Okay, wonky camera angle. Sorry about that. Ouch. There we go. Set it up like that. And you guys are getting a good view of the witch's display. Anyway, and I'm killing myself on the cords. Anyway, I am tired. I'm still beat from yesterday, being out here till about 11, working. So I'm going to call it quits now and get my butt inside and get this edited. But still a lot of work to do out here. We got the major display finished. You know, I do all the displays I do because I like them and all. But my favorite is that water room, and tomorrow we should see the end of the water room, and it should be 100% finished tomorrow, provided neither of the liners or neither of the ponds leak. If they leak, then we've got a problem. Because I'll have to take the fencing down, take the liner, existing liner out, put a new liner in, refill it, and check it again on Friday. Either that or be real sparingly with my dye in the water and just keep topping it off every day. And we've done that one year and they got real expensive, especially on the dye. Excuse me just a sec. But now that you know, we got the majority of the work done in the cesspool room, and I was right, it was an all-day project. But we pushed it. But now that we've got that done, that means, you know, the rest of it should go fairly quick. The lights in the cornhole is probably going to take about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It only takes about 20 minutes, if that, to get them mounted. It's, you know, getting them all connected up to the wiring and getting the wiring, you know, hooked up to power, you know, whether it's my power station or if I use the electric ones, you know, power cord. I also have to run the power cord for that area, which is zone 3. Photo gallery hall, same way. Takes about an hour or so to get all the lights in and everything. It's getting them, getting the wire ran out there and getting them all hooked up. But we should be able to get all that. We should be able to get to the get the cornhole totally finished and ready to go. There's just going to be anywhere from 5 to 8 strobe lights in it. That's it. And then the photo gallery hall. That one's going to have a lot of LED spots in it, and I still have no idea whether the Scuba Boo board in that one works. That's the last one that I made, and so far 3 out of 4 are sitting in the shop not working. So I might end up having to go old school in there too. I'm half tempted to just not even mess with that board, but we'll see. I'll probably hook it up and just... I had planned on the photo gallery hall, I was going to put 2 different colored lights up over the pictures, blue and green, and hook the mirror up and those lights up to the Scuba Boo board. And what I planned on doing is having, when people enter it, having just the green LEDs on, you know, highlighting the pictures. And then when they got to a point and tripped the sensor for the board, the Boo board, have the green lights shut off for a second and the blue lights turn on and the mirror would activate. When the mirror was done with its thing, the blue lights would shut off and the green lights would turn back on. That's what I had originally wanted to do. Whether that happens or not, it depends on that board. Like I said, I haven't had very much luck with the boards I put together myself. So, Scuba, you may end up with a lot of work. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this thing down, get inside, get it edited, and get it uploaded so you guys can sit there and be bored to death watching it. I know things have been getting really long-winded lately. Hey, at least no fast-forwarding stuff. You know, this stage in the game, I don't have the room or the time to be dragging a tripod around. So, anyway, gonna let you go. Stay spooky out there.